10 huge EastEnders spoilers for next week from the 26th to the 29th of February 2024. What's next on Albert Square? 1. Nish spots an opportunity. Divorce proceedings are underway between Kat and Phil and, despite some concern over Raymond, it does not seem that things are set to get more amicable between them. When Kat learns that Phil is in the process of buying the Archers from Ben, she is furious that he is hiding that from her. This gets Nish's attention and he introduces Kat to Roger Peel, a dodgy divorce lawyer who he hopes may help him get his hands on more Walford businesses. Will Kat realize what Nish is up to? 2. Jade plays matchmaker. Dean's daughter Jade makes a misguided effort to help him out with his love life. Spotting some chemistry between Dean and Fern, Jade decides to try and set him up. But whether that works out for Dean or not, he is set to have more on his mind when his daughter makes a huge decision. 3. Kat plays with fire. Things between Kat and Nish were never going to last for long, and next week sees the pair turn on each other to the point that Kat needs to fend off an attack from him. As Kat heads to see Stacy to let her know what has happened, the pair proceed to humiliate Nish. In turn, Nish decides to get some revenge by calling the police to give them an update on the events of Christmas Day. 4. Amy loses her cool. Amy is having a hard time of late, but a planned date with Denzel soon takes her mind off things, or at least it would have if he had showed up for it. Instead, Denzel opts to stay at the gym, leaving Amy feeling even worse. But she is soon distracted when she spots Dean and Fern together, and she makes sure Fern knows exactly the sort of man that she is dealing with. 5. Kathy is in need of a pick-me-up. Kathy has not had the best of starts to the year given how 2023 ended and, not knowing the full extent of her problems, Sonia attempts to cheer her up next week. With Rocky's sentencing fast approaching, Sonia thinks that is the sole cause of Kathy's worries, and so she and Elaine whisk her out for a brunch with booze, but will it help take Kathy's mind off all her issues? 6. Jade makes a big decision. She may not have been in Walford for long, but Jade begins to make plans to leave the square behind, and Dean is set to be heartbroken by her decision. Deciding she would be better off relocating to Pakistan to live with Shabnam, Jade prepares to tell her father the news with a little help from Jean, but how will Dean react to his daughter's decision? 7. Stacy and Suki clash. Tensions remain fraught between the six, and that leads to things boiling over between Suki and Stacy, who end up in a fiery clash. The row, which happens while the women are meeting with Johnny to chat over their situation, gets so heated that Stacy forces Suki to move out. Later, a chat with Vinny leads to Suki making a decision about Nish, but will it be one that she lives to regret? 8. Dean makes a devious move. Never one to like losing control of a situation, Dean reacts badly when he hears that Jade plans to leave, and it soon becomes clear that he has no intention of letting her go without a fight. Needing to come up with something to get her to stay, Dean starts thinking and soon comes up with a manipulative and dangerous play that could keep her around, but will he go through with it? 9. Suki attempts peace with Nish. After a heart-to-heart with Vinny, Suki decides to try and build bridges with Nish by having a talk with him about everything that has happened. But a truce is the furthest thing from Nish's mind. The conversation does not take long to turn nasty, but just when things look like they could boil over, the rest of the Panasar arrive home to see his rage. Will Suki emerge from Nish's tirade unscathed, and how will the rest of the family react to what they have seen? 10. Yolande has advice for Denzel. After upsetting Amy by not showing up for their date, Denzel knows that he has a lot of making up to do to put things right, and Yolande makes sure he tackles the problem in the right way. Advising him to start putting Amy first and the gym second, Denzel takes her advice on board. But will he be able to gain Amy's forgiveness? And has he learned his lesson?
Các bạn vừa theo dõi một sản phẩm của OK Spoiler. Xin chào và hẹn gặp lại các bạn video tiếp theo.